this story is going to go deep. There's going to be a lot of hallways on this story. The thing is, there's a lot of rumors going around talking about Manny Pacquiao and Terrence Bud Crawford. And I told y'all already, this is real spill. Ain't no bullshit. It's real spill. There's enough power players involved in this that it definitely is a very possible thing. And wait till how we get to this fight, fans. Well, the thing is this all started originally when they asked Terrence Bud Crawford, like, will you fight without crowds? Meaning that if you fight without crowds, more than likely somebody will have to take a pay cut. Well, Terrence Crawford already let it be known. Hell no. I am not taking no pay cuts. I'll wait for the crowds to come back. Simple as that. I'll wait for the crowds to come back. According to Terrence Bud Crawford, hold on. Crawford says, and I quote, they've got to figure it out. I took pay cuts for years just to get where I am now. A lot of people don't know what I've been through, but taking pay cuts and taking this for this and taking that for that, I sacrificed a lot to get to where I am now. More than probably any fighter in the game right now, end quote. So Bud say, fuck that. I didn't get to a $3 million guarantee in my contract just for you to come around and tell me to take a pay cut. No. I didn't let you take Manny Pacquiao and let him walk out the front door without giving me that fight and you talking about some take a pay cut. No. Y'all trying to put Vasil Lomachenko name above mine, but you want me to take a pay cut, and I'm the number 1 pound for pound fighter in boxing. Bud's position is tough, though, because we want to see him fight, you know? But Bud's not going to take a pay cut, which means what? You can't fight without crowds. There's no way that Bob Arum is going to be able to make any money at the gate with a $3 million guaranteed fighter. Now, the only one that does make sense for Bud, I ain't going to say the only one, but what does make sense for him is Manny Pacquiao. Why does that make sense, man? I tried to tell y'all that Manny Pacquiao and Bob Arum never stopped doing business together. They never stopped. Here you see Casimiro versus the Monster. That's Manny Pacquiao's fighter. Manny Pacquiao also has other fighters that he's looking to put on with Bob Arum and his fighters. They're still doing business. But, of course, y'all may say, well, Manny Pacquiao is over with PBC, man. So how the hell? And Terrence Crawford is over ESPN. So, you know, Manny Pacquiao should go and face Earl Spence Jr. or he should go over and face Danny Garcia. But see, here's the deal. This is the deal. There's figures now in the midst of this situation. They can make it happen. These figures that I'm talking about, the main glue, and we've been going over this for the last couple weeks. I've been trying to explain it. At times I've been hitting roadblocks. And one of the videos I did, it was a little too fuzzy. It didn't come out right. But MTK Global, they are the glue. You got to hear me, fight fans. There's a man in the midst of all of this named by the name of Mr. Daniel Kinahan. Now I'll do a quick synopsis. We're not going to get into the weeds on this shit. Daniel Kinahan, said to be allegedly a member of an organized crime faction. He, back in 2012, he got the itch to get into boxing. He hooked up with Matthew Macklin. He made MTK Global. You fast forward about 4 years. MTK Global, they're managing fighters in Ireland and in the UK, but on top of that, they want to get into the promotional game. So what do? They put on shows. The problem is that Mr. Kinahan's reputation is not the greatest reputation in the world. So every time they're trying to do something, well, guess what? These events are under threat for one reason or another. 2016 is when the big one happened. They had a fight going down. It was called the Clash of the Clans. It got shot up. Men walked up in there with AK-47s, shot up the weigh-in. So this forced Mr. Kinahan to say, you know what? It's not a smart thing for me to be out here putting my name out on everything and being out here in the public. I'm going to fall back. So this in comes Sandra Vaughn. Sandra Vaughn, who runs MTK Global today, comes in and allegedly buys MTK Global from Matthew Macklin and Mr. Kinahan. Now, it's been said that Sandra Vaughn and Mr. Kinahan, this man right here, go back about 20 years. Word on the curb is she's some sort of puppet, but I don't know. Maybe you do. You know what I'm saying? She says that Mr. Kinahan has nothing to do with MTK Global. The reason she says this is because Bob Arum, about a week or two ago, came out in an interview saying that, oh my God, we got an advisor in the Middle East. His name is Daniel Kinahan, and we are working with him in MTK Global and boom, boom, boom. And it's cool that Bob is trying to normalize Mr. Kinahan and make him a legitimate businessman, even though Mr. Kinahan cannot come to America because of his past and of his associations, even though he doesn't have a criminal record. But given his associations, the relationship of the American government with the relationship of the Ireland government, they want to keep a good thing going. So they're going to respect the Irish government's wishes and keep Mr. Kinahan out the country. And so Bob Arum comes out, normalizing him and saying, oh, I'm doing business with him and MTK Global, prompting Miss Sandra Vaughn to come out and say, oh, no. We don't have anything to do with Mr. Kinahan. He advises fighters under MTK Global. But we don't pay him. The fighters pay him. Get the fuck out of here. You mean to tell me the co-founder of MTK Global manages the MTK Global fighters, but MTK Global ain't got nothing to do with it? Okay, cool. Now, what makes MTK Global so pivotal in all of this is the fact that Mr. Kinahan worked out a deal between MTK and an organization called KHK Sports. KHK Sports is ran by the Prince of Bahrain. And Mr. Kinahan is now an advisor to the Prince of Bahrain. The reason that the Prince of Bahrain made this sport program is to give the country a new image. It's the same thing we've seen with Andy Ruiz and AJ. They want to give the country a new image. They don't want to talk about human rights. They don't want to talk about the war next door. They want to talk about sports. They want to give a new image. And they designated Mr. Kinahan to go out and take care of boxing and MMA. They even have other sports they're into, like soccer and racing and all of that stuff. But they charged Mr. Kinahan to go out, because they got the money, and find big fights and bring them back here. MTK Global in association with KHK Sports. So where does this lead to? Where does this lead to? I'll tell you where it leads to. This leads to Mr. Kinahan working out a deal with Bob Arum. Hey, Bob, do you want to slice? First, Mr. Kinahan did a masterful job of directing MTK Global to get a piece of Tyson Fury. And they did that. They got Tyson Fury. Once they got Tyson Fury, they leveraged Tyson Fury. And they told Bob Arum, we'll give you half of Tyson Fury to promote if you give us some dates on ESPN. And now you see MTK Global with a 30 fight date a year situation that goes down on ESPN Plus. 30 fight dates a year on ESPN Plus from MTK Global. Take in mind, MTK Global fighters fight mostly on ESPN, BT Sports with Frank Warren, Sky Sports with Eddie Hearn. Those are the three big deals. So when they say, and the thing that makes Mr. Kinahan so much of a power broker is the fact that he's standing next to the Prince of Bahrain, got access to major money, a big market. And you got to remember that the Middle East, when they're looking to put up money for a fight, they're not looking to make a boatload of money off it. They're not looking to do this for financial reasons. They're not looking to say like a Bob Arum on them and say, oh, well, we're not going to make nothing at the gate. They don't give a shit about that. That ain't the reason they into this. They into this for image purposes. They're trying to revamp their image. They don't care if they take a loss. They gave AJ and Ruiz $100 million site fee in Saudi Arabia. You think they made that back at the gate? They don't care about that. They wanted the attention that event would bring. And so, in the case where you got the Middle East willing to put up money for big name fights, and given that the world ain't working with crowds right now, so ain't nobody got no money, they're looking like the hottest ticket on the block. They're looking like the ones that can make it happen. And you may say, well, man, you still does not making any sense when you say Manny Pacquiao fights for PBC. It doesn't matter. You said Sky Sports, BT Sports, and ESPN. So what the hell has that got to do with Manny Pacquiao? I'll tell you. Better yet, fuck that. I'll show you. That summit is going to have the who's who of boxing there. We're talking Eddie Hearn. We're talking Frank Warren. We're talking Bob Arum. You're talking Shelly Finkel. You're talking Johnny Nelson. You're talking Lennox Lewis. You're talking the who's who of boxing. Summit. Everyone is there. Everybody. Anyone who's anyone. Even Amir Khan little ass gonna be there. You know what I mean? Everybody's gonna be there. Look into that summit. I'm gonna probably have to shut this thing down and pick it up from here, but it looks like we might be okay. We might be all good. We might be all good. We good, fam? Oh, okay. Supreme Beast Boxing talking in the building. Thank you, family. Much love, man. All right, yo, man. I just wanted to say that if you can, if it's buffering too much, and if I can't get through this, just take a minute and Google MTK Global Summit. MTK Global Summit. They are doing this, fight fans, right under our nose in the fall, regardless of coronavirus. Even if coronavirus come, they're going to postpone it. These are going to be the who's who gathering all in Bahrain. Everybody's excited. Even Shelly Finkel. This makes me wonder, because Shelly Finkel going to be there. You talking about Wilder? Like you talking about Bomb Squad going to the Middle East? Because I don't see any reason why you mixing it up with these cats, Shelly Finkel. Like you best to be over there talking about Bomb Squad coming to the Middle East, or we gonna have a serious misunderstanding with Shelly Finkel. Because I was shocked to see Shelly Finkel in the midst. The only people from PBC that I seen on the list was Shelly Finkel and Badu Jack and Lennox Lewis. But Lennox Lewis kind of does commentation for him. But Badu Jack was gonna be there. Shelly Finkel was going to be there. I didn't know this. Shelly kicking it with Frank Warren, Bob Arum, MTK. Are you talking about Bomb Squad? Because from what I understand, listening to the words of Bob Arum, the reason that he wants to get into the mix of this, not for Fury and Wilder. No. This is for Fury and AJ, or Pacquiao and Crawford. That's why he got the feelers out there. Hear me, fight fans. If you think that Bob Arum is not going to give Las Vegas Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 3, you tripping. He may not give Las Vegas AJ and Fury, but Las Vegas just brought Bob Arum back first. Bob Arum gets the first shows in Las Vegas. If you don't think that the MGM or the God, if somebody's going to say, hey, you're going to have to give us that third fight. I don't see him taking that fight out of here. But I do see him trying to make moves with this, Pacquiao and Crawford. And he's thinking in his mind automatically, Tyson Fury and AJ. That's why I think that they brought it together. Man, I wanted to show y'all that so bad, bro. Damn. I really did. Really did, man. Hold on. We might can still do it, man. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, let's try it one more time, man. Hopefully it won't mess up on us. Let's try it one more time. Here we go. Now y'all can see it now. The boxing world reacts to the Global Leaders Summit announcement. Look at this picture. Kelly Sauerland, Shelly Finkel, Bob Arum, Frank Warren, Lennox Lewis, Amir Khan. Let's go down some of this list, shall we? Top ranked Hall of Fame promoter Bob Arum will be there. Queensberry Promotion founder and Hall of Fame promoter Frank Warren will be there. Hall of Fame boxing manager Shelly Finkel. What you got to say, Shelly? I am very excited about Bahrain's interest in developing boxing on an international level. And so long as it is safe to do so, I am very much looking forward to accepting Daniel, that's Mr. Kinahan's, MTK Global, and KHK Sports invitation to attend the inaugural Global Leaders Summit in the Kingdom this September, which, like I told y'all before, it may not be in September. They may have to push it back, but they are not canceling it. They're not canceling it. So we'll have Shelly Finkel in the building. Let's keep on strolling. You'll have Lennox Lewis in the building. You'll have Amir Khan in the building. We'll have Roy Jones in the building. We'll have Kelly Sauerland in the building. You know what I'm saying? Badu Jack. There's another one. What does he got to say? I am so happy to hear about the growth and expansion of boxing and combat sports in the Middle East. Okay, cool. And this is the new Nordino Ubali. This is the guy who want to fight Nonito Donaire. We just got finished talking about him for that particular WBC also. This is the up and coming. This is a UFC fighter, Darren Till. I don't know nothing about him. That's his trainer, Pakistani superstar. Never heard of him. That's his trainer. They go Johnny Nelson. He'll be in the building. You know what I'm saying? Carl Frampton will be in the building. The new up and coming Michael Conlon from Ireland. He'll be in the building. You know, Adam Booth, Mr. Sky Sports himself, will be in the building. You know what I mean? So I'm sure this list. Oh, we will have Jay Prince in the building at the summit. They are all going to be in the summit. Even Atunde Ajayi is going to be at the summit. Look at that. MTK Global Chief Strategy Officer Paul Gibson will be at the summit. All of these folks, and these are just the ones we know about, and the list is much longer than this, fight fans. The list is much longer than this. You do not think with all of these entities, and a lot of these entities don't even do business. And not to mention, I'm sure Eddie Hearn's going to be there. From what I've been reading another article, Eddie Hearn's going to be there as well. But the list is going to be long. It's going to be the who's who of boxing, all meeting in the Middle East. And this is what I mean when I tell y'all, fight fans. It is very important that my main man Bomb Squad goes into this third fight and get it did, because this cabal is ready to go. They ready to sit down and have some conversations. They want big fights. The Middle East knows that they can take advantage of this opportunity because guess what? No sports are being played around the world. We don't need a crowd, and we'll still pay you big money. How is this all going to work out? This is why I say Terrence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao, real talk. How can Manny Pacquiao just resist a big bag of money? Remember a few years ago, Amir Khan said, Manny Pacquiao, we got to fight in the Middle East. I got somebody who will back it. And Manny Pacquiao explored that option. Him and Khan went into some little restaurant, had a conversation. It didn't work out. Pacquiao then came out of that restaurant and got the Floyd fight. It didn't work out. But the fact of the matter is, Khan has been trying to do this for years. They have been trying to lure Manny Pacquiao to the Middle East for a very long time. And so if Bob Arum, the promoter of Crawford, is talking to the Middle Eastern boys seriously about Manny Pacquiao, of course they got the money. They definitely got the money. As you can see with all of these people going to this summit, and imagine the people who's not on the list. If the Middle East can lure all of these boxing entities to one place, something that nobody can do. That's what makes Kinahan so valuable. That's why Bob Arum is smiling like he is right here. Because that man made it happen. He brought them all down. And when this talk was out here about AJ and Fury, well, this is where it was coming from. Because they really did explore it. It's just the fact that they don't have the paperwork to say that they can get out of it. And Wilder ain't taking no step aside money. All